Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's my honor to be here. Talking about environmental impact of the urbanization and the new type of urbanization in China. You know, urbanization is increase in the world. Particularly in China, just is a former secular dignity is the United Nations is unknown is the future of the humanity lives in the cities. So urban and the city is important habitat for our human well-being. So to the 212 is average in the world is average level is 50% people live in the cities. So our human is a species from is a rural area to the city area. So urbanization has a lot of ecological and environmental impact. For example, its influence is the waters and is the water pollution, is the water contaminations. Also is the produce is greenhouse gas and air pollutions. Also is urbanization is also for climate change and urban here, island. Also increase is a flood, particularly in China. We just find in recent years is many urban flood happen in a lot of the cities. Also is a change in the biodiversity and vegetations. So ecological impact urbanization is only is 3% is the global terrestrial surface is abandoned by the urban and the cities, but with 78% of the carbon emissions. Also 16% is the recent water use and 76% is the wood use. For example, London has the economic footprints of the 21 million hectares. This is 112 times than its geographical size is a size. Also is a global environmental change that impact the impact for the urban is the ecosystems. China is very fast is urbanization during the past 30 years. So China's urban population will be still is an increase exceeds 1 billion to the 2030s. So China, which is a living laboratories in the urbanizations research. This is the rapidly urbanization in China. Before 30 years ago, we just below 20% of the rate is urbanization, but now is about 53%. Now we have over 620 cities. Also is the urban population over 7 billions. 0.0 billions. Also to 2030s, the still is the increase is 1 billion. It's about 65%. Along with the city expanse, a lot of problem in the ecological and the environmental issues is the uncontrolled is urban expansion, it's traffic congestion, is a water shortage and pollution, air pollution, is a solid waste materials increase. Also is the urban heat island and so on. Also still is current is the problem in China's urbanizations. It's a land conversion for non-agricultural use as agglomerations, and arable land is the size is approach to the red line. You know, we have the red line is for the farmland. We see the control is the red line for agricultural development. From this is figures, you can find is the arable land is a change to the construction, and is the urban area is more than is the population is a transfer from the rural to the city areas. So the land is the urbanization, extends is the population is the urbanization. Is the urban is a building area keep growth in the 1996 to now, with the summer is a 2,100 square kilometer per year, with the increase dramatically. Only per hectare is the urban construction is a land, is a large than the standard of the developing countries. Also for developing countries, is a steep of the land conversion for non-agricultural use is faster than the population is the urbanization. It's about 10 times for. It's the urban built area has increased by the 50% since 2000 years. With the urban population increase is only 26%. It's 2 times for land expansion for non-agricultural use. So, which is a long benefit for the urbanizations. For our research is quantifiable extension, is the rate expansion pattern, is urban expansion, and associated with the landscape change from the 1980 to 2010s across different regions of the China. We are also extend ecological and environment impact of the urbanizations. We are selected is 6 is a Beijing, is urban agglomerations, also is a mega city regions, urban regions. Is look like is Jingjinji, also is the Yangtze River Delta, Changzhutan in the central China, Pearl River Delta, Chengyu and Wuhan is the area, which is the population is made up 30% of the China. Also GDP about is 50% of the China. We use the remote sensing data and other statistics data for our analysis. You can find is a rapidly urban expansion with a large region is Paris. For is a significant increase in the developing land for the all 6 regions. Also larger is different among its regions. For Yangtze River Delta is the most development, with the most significant is the increase. This is the Yangtze River Delta. Is Chengyu located is southwest of the China. This is the least development, but is increased by the 60%, increased dramatically. For next for the Yangtze River Delta, this is the Chengyu is urban regions. You can find that this is rapidly is the urban expand in the Yangtze River Delta. This is 1918s. This is 1990s, 2000, 2005, and 2010s. Most is a city urban expand. Also is connect is together in the delta is the regions. This is the core region of the Yangtze River Delta. You can find expand is Shanghai and Nanjing. This also Suzhou, Changzhou, and Wuxi is the cities. This is 1980s, 1990s, 2000, 2005, 2010s. You can find is most is the land is upon by the is build area, also is the urban expand. This is a high price to the ecosystem and the environment. Also, in the Jingjinji, you can find that combined with the Yangtze River Delta and the Jingjinji. For the landscape observation is a decline in the land use efficiency. So urban land is increased at a fast than the urban population grows, just with the machines. This figure shared from the 2000 to 2010s. Also, decrease in the population density in the developed land reflected in the trend in the urban sprawl. Also, is the urbanization, urban expand is the impact for agricultural land. Most impacted by the rapidly is the urbanization, followed is by the forestry is land. In the recent 10 years, is the wetland was is the greatly reduced use to the urbanization. Is a wetland, agriculture land, and forestry. It's dramatic, is reduced, is particularly in the urban region area. Also, for impact for the agricultural land is the continued decrease for agricultural land. This is for 6 is the urban regions comparisons for Yangtze River Delta is a Para, Jingjinji, and so on. It's an increase. Also, is a fragmentation for agriculture. It's a land, particularly for some is the agricultural land is a give up. It's a non-cultivation. Also, didn't use for others. This is a big problem also for us. Also, for first land, the total amount is the first land remained is large and change, even with a slight increase in the some is urban regions. Is a mean patch size is a slightly increase. Is a suggestion is a decrease in the fragmentations. Along with this is net primary production is a MPP. Also, this means is a nature environment and forestry situation in here. This is the increase in the trade is the MPP from the 1980s to 1990s, but is a dramatically reduced in the 1990s 2000 reduced in MPP with is a rapidly urbanization to 2010 is an increase in the trade in many locations, particularly for the urban forestry is some places is an increase for urban forestry. Also for air pollution and water pollution is a dramatic is an increase. The Pearl River Delta is SO2 and COD is emission is the highest. Yangtze River Delta is SO2 COD is decrease in the 1990 to 2000, but the increase is after is 2005 to 2010s. Also, Beijing, Tianjin is Hebei is area is air pollutions, is water pollutions is strong enough. Also, for air quality, is many of the Chinese cities face serious air pollution. You just look at it today. Is Beijing also is a heavy pollutions. It's only 24 we monitor is 350 cities. Only 24 is meet WHO standards in here. This is a distribution share map shows you the distribution of China. PM 2.5 was significant highs in the urban area, then around is the regions. PM 2.5, the great high in the urban regions compared with the other is the regions. It's in here. Also, you can find is 6 is bigger is the urban regions. Is common is the meat of the air pollution is the issues. Yeah. Also for air quality, is the urban is the growth can be not negatively linked to the most areas is the air pollution. Maybe we can find some turning point along with some technology use and is economic development. But we hope to cross this boundary is a transfer to the sustainability, to the environment, the protections. Also is the urban heat island is impact. The trade is a significant temperature. It's an increase in the urban side. Particularly in the coast is the east part of China, is the urbanization also impact to the east monsoon is a climate. Is a dramatic change. The temperature is an increase. This figure show is a rural area and the urban area. The temperature is quite different, particularly in the July and January, in the summer and the winter. In here, also increase. Also is the increase different between the urban and the regions. With the urban expand, the side of the urban heat island is expand and gradually form with the urban heat archipelagos, which can make significant ecological and environmental impact. So rapidly urbanization from the last 30 years, for ecological impact urbanization is a great loss agricultural land and the increase in the fragmentations. It's reductions in biomass and MPP in the urban regions. Serious air pollution and dramatic reduce in the feasible in the city and around the regions. Intensify is the urban heat island, also water shortage and is the water pollutions. What is our futures? Which is the target of the national new type urbanization. It's a launch, is a two years ago. It's a government release. It's a national new type urbanization, which is a transfer from the people rotation new type urbanization, a departure from the land-central urban development to the new type of the urbanization with its focus on the people. There was some is an indicator for new type is urbanizations. This is 2012 for the baseline. Is 2020 with our is arms of the target for the urbanization rate. Also for propagation is wastewater treatment in cities. Propagation is many cities waste domesticating in city. Perhaps is the urban land use shows renewable energy. Also is a green space, something like in here is a very different is an indicator for new type of urbanizations. So the 2020s. Also is a 2 hurry and 3 vector strategy party of urbanization with the coordinated development is a large city, mid city and a small city, and a small town made up is a network in here. For national strategy, according to the land, water, atmosphere, circulation characteristics and ecological carry capacity, openness is the special layout of the urbanization and the urban scale structure. The urbanization area determined by national main function area is the plan. is in coordination with the principle of the overall with the planning, is ration distribution, division of the labor, and is a big layer to the small, developing the urban is a mega region with a high gather efficiency. It's a large radiation. In fact, excellent is the urban system and a strong functioning competitions to support its national economic development and promote coordinated regional development, and particularly in the important platform for the international collaboration and competition. For China, new type is urbanizations is a transformation toward is a sustainability. How to meet is a gap between the tradition urbanization and the new type urbanization of the China. What are the more fundamental and the innovation long-term is the transformation of the China's urbanization to move toward sustainability futures. We need co-design for the urbanization from the different stakeholders, from the different subject. For policy is aspect from the city to the urban systems, from the land urbanization to the people urbanization. Resource and environment carry capacity should be the major concern in the process is for implemented is a new type urbanization plan. Its more attention should be paid to the construction of the ecological network and the green infrastructure of the large scale, and the improvement of the habitat quality and the landscape diversity on the small scale. For smooth implementation for new type of urbanization in China is released on the innovation of the policy and the mechanism in the aspect of the land use. Household register is a register competition and optimization of the reconstruction of the urban-rural production, living and ecological space. High-level policy intervention and theories is adapted is a policy approach that engage with the local social, environment, economics, and culture context and follow the local innovation will be critical. For science is the aspect. Urbanization is a fundamental is a spatial process, and those is a landscape approach. It's not only appropriate of the theory but also for practice. For landscape ecology is integrate is a science and art to study and improve relationship between the spatial painting and the ecological and the economic is a social process in the multiple is a scale from is a city to the regions for different scales. So Professor Forma is from Harvard Universities. He look at is the urban regions. This is the scale. We also focus on the mega is the regions in here. It's a notice city is sustainable without ecosystem services from the regional landscape and beyond. So the landscape regional approach is indispensable. Is the urban regions is a unit and a scale where extend landscape quality, urban planning, principles applied spatially, efficiently. So let's summarize my talk. So we should move into the different paths for the urban development. So urban region interaction, rural city co-evolutions. Also our traditional knowledge and the core values should be reviewed to contribute to the urban sustainability. Also science, technology, let's just, Professor Ye just mentioned smart is a city, use is a high technology, and the governors are most important is a support for the urban sustainable development. Thank you very much. Thank you for your patience.